Welcome to the Out There channel live stream 470.
Hiding, I'm searching, I'm loving, I'm finding love, I'm hiding, I'm searching, I'm loving, I'm finding love.
Let the weight control your body. I'm searching, I'm loving, I'm finding love.
Hello, good to be back. Although it has been a tiring week of stuff to do. If you want to support me, Super Chat's up and running, and the website link is above, which you can get other options, PayPal directly and all that sort of stuff. Welcome to the OT channel. We're $30 away from meeting a yearly target of $200 donated. Keep the channel going. It's a struggle. People would rather believe the fantasy stuff than the truth. Doesn't mean aliens don't exist. It's just buried under all the crap. No wonder the government likes all these fraud channels. They just clutter up and make a lot of noise. So today we'll be looking at a grey video. Grey video, UAP videos, balloons, yeah, you name it. That's what we got planned. There's a lot of noise out there. Be good to have a few moderators around if there was some this late. I know Dan won't be around because he goes to school. So we need some late night moderators from UK generally, or USA. So I have to manage it all myself though, as usual. So yeah, we had a fairly good live last time with Robert. Some interesting chit chat, a bit like the Willis documents between a Sky Watcher and a so-called aerospace engineer from Europe, of all things. So it wasn't Bigelow or anything like that. Although it doesn't mean there wasn't any links to what they were researching to the other organisations, of course. But generally they modulise things, right? What do you call it? Where they separate it out, so everybody's working on a separate project to solve a problem, but when it's all combined it forms a car or whatever, a rocket ship or a UFO. Departmentalized, that's the word I'm trying to think of. Like I said, I had a rough day today, so it's going to take my brain a wee bit to kick in. I've tried to boost it with some coffee. So anyone out there, just say hi in the chat so we know you're about. Do help us analyze stuff. So Alien caught on film. That one's going to be quite a long one to analyze, I think. Secure Team one should be fairly easy to go through and debunk the whole lot of garbage that he's put up. He's been under a lot of stress, people. We can only put out one video every 2 weeks. Sorry about that. Hey, we're sick every day and we can put out videos if we wanted to, but because no one supports me, why should I bother? Well, he gets tons of money for doing nothing. You know, you got to remember he's got 500 patrons. If the average of that is $10 each, which wouldn't be too far-fetched. That's $5,000 he's got coming in. That doesn't need to do a 9-to-5 job. But you got to remember he's made millions and millions of dollars already. But of course we got Mick West debunking something here, so we go over that. Okay. And there's the two other debunks that I got earlier in the week, because they've been debunked a long time ago. And Secure Team, loves to put them up. So I suppose he should come to the front. So we do him first and get into the more interesting stuff at the end. Yeah, it shouldn't take long to go through that, I don't think. Maybe Mick West last. Although it's quite an interesting one, that one. Okay, so let's just start off security. Horrible music. He's already upset some people by putting a Christmas hat on his aliens too soon, right? It's still only November. It's still a month to go before it hits December. Maybe his Christmas has come early, unlike the rest of us. But anyway, he'll make an excuse and he'll start putting up some old videos which have already been debunked, and he knows it. I might just have to tune it down a wee bit here. And if Q-vids out there, maybe you want to join in the side voice if you're out there. I'm quite willing to open it up. Let's just check the volumes.
Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secure Team. I apologize for taking a week-long, well, more than a week hiatus. I had family come in from out of town, so this is not Tyler vanishing 2.0. I'm not going anywhere, and I have a ton of UFO footage for you guys to check out today. So much, in fact, that it's going to take me more than just this video to include it all. But today we're going to look...
So it's taken them all that time to make a 13-minute video that has like 4 UFO videos in it, and we're just going to do probably a 3-hour live which is going to cover everything from all the channels in the whole week. And we'll probably put chapters on so you can just skim through it all. But this guy's a joke. Look at the superpower machine he's got here. I probably could do quite a lot with that kind of power. But anyway, wherever I could stay awake and write the code.
Look at 5 very interesting UFO clips that were sent in to me. So let's go ahead and get started. The first sighting, we will just go ahead with the article posted by The Sun titled Surreal Sighting, Bizarre
So, red flag straight away there, UK tabloid, right? Remember he was thick with the reporters on these UK rags that got him where he is today. So you get onto some sort of rag system which then sells their stories on to bigger companies that want to fill in some vacant spots on their cable news, and you simply just grow quite quickly, obviously. So this is obviously going to be in UK.
Floating UFO seen moving across the sky leaves spectators baffled. Now before we get to the footage, I want to...
So the key word there straight away, you heard floating. Normally you hear UFOs hover, not float. As soon as you hear float, straight away you know they know it's a balloon, right? If you hear hovering, then it's something different. It could be a drone, it could be a UFO. So let's just keep on going
I
from
want to go
there.
ahead and read this. It says, a bizarre floating object which appeared to fly through the sky has left onlookers baffled. Lindsay Curry spotted the strange shape soaring over her flat in Glasgow, and her boyfriend quickly filmed the odd spectacle. And here you're seeing a screen grab of what you're going to see. Now, I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's a balloon, a Christmas tree with legs.
He does know what it is. He knows that Scott's debunked it because he keeps an eye on all of us. Bingo! Scott put in the time to do a pattern matching, and it's a Halloween witch balloon. And what is it at the moment? It's in that month of Halloween, which also UK obviously have adopted the American thing, the same as New Zealand, other countries have, to some degree anyways.
You guys tell me, but it seems to be moving pretty steadily against the wind in one direction, not spinning, not bobbing up and down like you would think a balloon would. So the article goes on to say,
okay, so we know not all balloons spin around and bob up and down. This is why they're called weighted balloons. In the feet of these character balloons, they add a little piece of lead weighted. Also, sometimes they just put extra, just fill it up with water, part of it, and that acts as a weight, and it keeps it upright. So it's not going to spin around. Well, it could spin around, but it's not going to bob up and down. It's going to be more stable. It's going to be more. They would have adjusted it so it's just buoyant, just slightly lighter than air, sort of thing, until it lost the gas, and then it comes down again. So straight away he's put in misinformation in your head so you can exclude it as a balloon, right?
Say she told Glasgow Live that it was flying, quote, from the northwest of Glasgow towards the southwest. In the clip, her boyfriend can be heard saying it's literally a UFO because it's unidentified. It's coming by us.
Okay, so is that one of those clip-on lenses on the smartphone they're using here? Because it kind of looks like it, doesn't it? It hasn't been lined up properly.
Lindsay, come here. Lindsay. Yeah, could you turn the focus thing? I'm just trying to
Turn the focus thing. So it could be a thing on the phone, or it could be a telescope.
keep my hands. Just kind of adjust to see that.
Looks like it's drifting like a balloon. Looks like a balloon. And looks like it's even coming down lower there.
It's literally a UFO because it's unidentified. It's only by us.
I like to call them UAPs. Until they're UFO, which means alien craft.
This will be the best thing they've had since that guy put a love letter.
I can see the word flying is misleading here. You know, it's floating. UFOs hover, they don't necessarily fly. So yeah, unless it's got propellers or jet engines and wings, UFO was really a bad word, really. So if we have a look at Scott's debunk video that he put up 7th November, and what's this one come out as? When did he put it up? So he had 3 days to notice debunks on this on the internet. You know, probably could have put some search keywords in, even like Glasgow. Let's see what comes up. It might pop up. It's had 3 days getting search engines. Glasgow, UFO, November. There's one key over all the time. It's just in my hands. Always remembers my old laptop. which was at HP, and not the MSI. They seem to have mucked around with the location of the keys. And of course my eyes are not terribly great because the keys are set red and you could only change it to red. I would have preferred white so they stand out better, but no, can't change that on this laptop. Okay, we'll just try that. Debunked. Okay, could that be the one? It doesn't look like it. UFO sighting, investigated by police. Yeah, this goes to images. Has it popped up at all? So generally you can spot it with an image easier. So Glasgow hasn't popped up. So UFO, probably because the word debunked there. Okay. Is that the one? Scotland. Kind of looks like a chemtrail. Oh, here we go. Who's that? So it did come out the searches. Scotland and the Indian Times 4 days ago. So it's been out for a fair while. And we've probably got other ones here. But like different ones. Okay. Let's see what they got to say. How do we get rid of that? Go away. It's always crap with these sites, isn't it? See what I mean? Just utter crap. Let's get rid of all that crap. I don't want that coming up again. Okay. Thank God knows we got all these add-on tools where people also get fed up with the crap and they want to hide elements on a web page. That's what I just did. So obviously there's a bit of reading there, and they got the video here. But have they asked any debunkers? We've got to keep on skimming it, see if there's any. Have they asked for any balance on the video at all from anyone with a brain? Looking for answers. Shared the video online. Oh yeah. Looking for click views because it's in the Indian news and UK news, right? So probably submitted it there first. And then uploaded it to the channel. So that one has no debunk on it. So obviously Mick, not Mick West, Scott Brando hasn't got to them. Normally he posts something, doesn't he? Let's see what else we got. Mirror, looks like the same one. He might have posted there. He does keep an eye on the UK stuff. Notice they use the word hovering here, not flying or floating. What's this popping up now? Go away. Sabotaging me. Okay. Have we got any other people with brains that they've asked? Why do UFO videos always look fuzzy? Because they're using crap cameras. You saw what he was using. If everybody owned a P1000 Nikon with a 125 times optical zoom on it, I think a lot of these wouldn't even make it to social media, let alone newspapers. So yep, no one's debunked it there either. But it doesn't mean that he couldn't try to pattern match it like we would. Saves me having to do it though. So what we could do is you could search on the image and it should give you all the references. Here's another one. The Scottish Sun this time. 4 days ago. You'd think someone would have posted the balloon up by now. Let's see. Normally Scott would post to the Sun. Just don't see him being asked about it. That's kind of weird. Just cut and paste journalism, guys. None of these guys investigate these journalists. And so that's how fake news starts. Anyway, I thought maybe Scott would come up on that. But here's he put Glasgow. He's put Glasgow in. So this is the thing with Google, right? Glasgow speed debunking. So he's put speed debunking in, unfortunately. Another flying humanoid. So let's try some of the keywords to see if we can find his. Glasgow. Did I put glow? No, Glasgow. No, I got it spelled right. Speed debunking. We'll try that as a keyword. Just to see if Google's indexed it. It should at least index the description and the title, shouldn't it? If it's not being suppressed. Let's see, all. No. Is that what that's what he said, wasn't it? Speed debunking. 1D though. Right in there. Try 1D. Here we go. YouTube. 3 days ago. Is that UFO interest? He's come up with the second one. So this goes to show if you don't use the right keywords, it can easily be missed. So I would have put speed debunking like I've got it written here. Because at least it's got debunk or debunk in the title, description and whatnot. What other keywords did he use? Humanoids. But if you just put humanoid in, this is how you do your own fact checking. And you can see that doesn't come up. It's obviously too many references to humanoid. Yeah. It's not really much more you could add to it. What's the description? Has he got any keywords there? Fact checking, hoax debunking, right? So the title for Google seems to be the king, really. Whatever you put in the title. Debunk it. Let's try debunking then. Should have debunked and debunked. Debunk and debunk. Should put all the variations in. And again, what's coming up? Glasgow. Let's put that in quotes so it's the main keyword. And again, it's not coming up. This shows you how useless Google is. So it's got to be the key. Title is the king. Going by that. But anyway, we know it's been debunked. Let's have a quick look at this video. He's got the full video here zoomed in.
Lindsay, come here.
To me, when I first looked at it, I thought, kind of looks like a Coca-Cola bottle, you know, one of those Mylar balloons, advertising brand, or maybe a hot air balloon way in the distance. Then it zooms in a bit more.
Lindsay. Yeah, could you turn the focus thing? I'm just trying to keep my hands.
So we've seen this bit before, but he's zoomed in a wee bit better. As you can see, we can't see the little tiny scope thing.
It's literally a UFO because it's unidentified. Can't be us. Yeah. This will be the best thing they've had since that guy put a love letter in the past down there.
Hello, Wood. What's happening? Cool kite. No, it's not a kite, it's a balloon. So, he overlays it. But I would have enhanced it. Because it looks a bit blurry there. Then overlaid it. But it's good enough, doesn't it? So obviously that's what it is. And it's one of a dozen type of Halloween balloons you can get with different characters on. I don't know if he's got a link to it or not. Probably not. Which Halloween balloon? So Secureteams didn't even bother doing a search, you know. Still trying to get my eyes to focus. Got to put these drops in my eyes every 4 times a day, and it really messes up my eyesight. Halloween balloon. Let's see what comes up. Quite a few, I'd say. Look at that. It's there on the first one. There it is. I wonder how big they are. I can get a whole collection of them. By 10 pieces. It's a balloon, man. You gotta listen to the expert here. It doesn't say how big they are. But he did try to zoom in on them. It looks like the most common one, so it's going to be the most bought one. This year anyway. There's another one. Party decorations. China. Children plastic. So it's not even Mylar then, is that what they're saying? It's plastic. Per piece. No, it says full there. Typical Chinese, they can't get it right. It's either a full balloon, which is Mylar, or or plastic, which is latex. So it says boiler there, but then in the specs they got it all wrong. Plastic, material plastic. Chinese, they make me laugh. Okay, they're not really good fact checkers. Anyway, I can't seem to get the size on it because the sale pages are useless. I'd say it'd probably be a good 1.5 size, so it looks like a foot and maybe 2 foot, maybe. But anyway, he had a telescope on his cameras, that's why he could see it. So, security, UFO gang, bit of research on the debunkers pages to start with. You could have that one solved. Okay, that one's done.
Letters in the past down there. That must be like a weather balloon or something. It's like too big to be a balloon.
So he even says balloon there in the background.
Alright guys, so yeah, I have no idea what this could be. It almost has a sort of humanoid type shape to it, like a man floating through the sky with ease, total ease, no no wind resistance or anything like that I can see. Some have said that this is some sort of ghostly apparition. Now, me being not much into ghosts, I think that this object, whatever it is, it has a more earthly base and structure to it. So, you guys tell me what you think. Is it a balloon? Is it some sort of secret technology being tested? And the strange thing to me is that the object is vertical the entire time. I would think if this was a balloon, it would be tumbling, it would be spinning, but it's just moving vertically in a straight path. So, tell me what you guys think down below. And now on to...
That shows how little he knows about the topic, and he's been in it much longer than I have. No, it's not a kite. I fly kites as a hobby, even got kites I've fought anybody from head. Pre-felt. Yeah, I know you can get kites, but this time it's not a kite because it overlays exactly the images Scott Brando had matched. And it's drifting along. If it's a kite, it'll probably be more stationary and not drifting. Anyway, you got to look for the signatures. You got to build up a signature list and then work to the top. So that one I didn't want to spend too much time on. Let's look at the next junky one he's got.
Another wondrous piece of UFO footage that was sent to me by a friend, and this really blew me away.
This blew him away, guys, and this is a UFO news channel. Now, what's the first signatures of this one? It's not that too high up. It looks like it's got a lot of smoky haze around it, and it's red. And what has red and smoky haze around it? And just note the positions of it. 3 lights in the sky. It's got to be a TR3B. No, it's going to be 3 dropped flares, parachute flares. So let's just go through it and see if those lights move any.
Of what some have said could be yet another sighting of the infamous TR3B, the silent dark triangles that are sometimes illuminated by 3 distinct lights on either corner of the structure. And so this, quote, triangle UFO formation, as they called it, was captured above Rome, Italy on November 2nd. So check this out.
Yeah, let's look for flickering. It's being filmed through a window, and we don't see what happens because it'll only be a short video. Of course, they won't stop. They won't film it to the end until they disappear, which is a red flag.
Okay, so very intriguing stuff here. By the way, if you guys didn't notice, and I forgot to mention this, as per...
Okay, so if you had a TR3B flying over your head, it wouldn't be on its side like this, you know? It would be flying flat. So every time they get a triangle in the sky, they literally call it a TR3B, which is total cobblers. You know what I mean. Let's see if we can get this going again. We had a bit of trouble yesterday, didn't we? TR3B. Now, if it's TR3B, you're not going to capture it flying sideways. You're going to capture it like sideways on, and it's going to be like side view. Come on. Side view of it's going to be like that, right? And you're going to have the lights underneath. So why on all these UFO videos do they always see it flying sideways or vertical? It doesn't make sense, you know. You can see that's what he's trying to say, you know. And of course you got all the angles in between, which means it wouldn't be an equilateral triangle then, would it? It would be something more like this. Let's see, can we squash it? So we can squash it down like that, and perspective wise, we need to make it three-dimensional. So now we can see the edge of it slightly, so it's going to be thicker at this end. And you probably can see the engines. I'll just change the colour for them. I could fill them in. Alright, so but that means again it would have to be floating upside down, right? Because that means the rocket engines are still up the top here. And it's not actually, you're not seeing the cameraman pan up to the sky from the ground, pan up to see hovering above him, right? So there's a lot of red flags in those videos that debunks themselves, in my book. Like, you're not going to see the lights on the side, even on that angle, because that means it's upside down. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. This is the idea of drawing it. It explains it to everybody. So this is obviously not an equilateral triangle flying vertically or sideways for all that time with its engines on, because it's going to be flying away very quickly at hypersonic speeds, and it'll just go a small triangle and go zoom into a dot and then disappear right on that angle there. So yeah, just cobblers. And of course it's got Brando 4 days ago also debunked it. Actually, he might have debunked it a long time ago. No. So yes, November the 7th again. So he could have looked it up. In fact, I think he's even got some confirmation that they were doing military exercises on this. Let's have a look. Maybe not that. Might be on his web, on his Twitter page. Let's see. Rome, same video. There was a military exercise, so he's put the information here, not on screen, unfortunately. Military exercise on Monte Romano Vitupio, with the launches of parachute flares by 6 Regimento Bersaglione. That sounds like it's alien. Show more. So there you go. About the alleged UFO, additional information was a military exercise. There you go, he said it in later. Some information here on Facebook. A kind of flare stays stationary in a triangle shape. Parachute flares. We see them all the time. And you can see all the smoke around it too. And we don't even enhance it. We don't have to really, do we? Don't have to waste our time on it. But obviously, we got these people here just don't understand. 3 paragliders, no, just parachute flares. Parachute flares are not controlled, but is shot up or dropped by planes or helicopters as well. The stuff in the background is fog, not sky. You would be able to see the parachutes. Gliders use some fireworks. It's not gliders though. Wingsuits, no. Really, what Scott should have done is he should have done a side-by-side comparison, and that sort of holds it for new people that don't understand this stuff. They are not stationary, they fall very, very slowly. Many examples of parachutes where you can't see the smoke trails. Depends on the distance, of course. Due to the distance, yep. You said that. It's based on Twitter a while ago. Alright, so obviously people want to believe so much they lose their critical thinking. And there's other examples, but that's the side view, right? This is what I'm saying. Any 3 lights in the sky, so it's going to form this triangle shape, and it's not like the TR-3Bs are going to be flying on the side. You can discount it straight away. It would have to be like a deformed triangle shape, and then it would be you'd have to prove that the camera is actually under looking upwards, and a lot of these don't. They're just a straight view, so obviously it discounts it being underneath. Anyway, other people have seen real ones, but we still got no footage of one to prove it otherwise, so he's going to say no. Yeah, see, there's no credible footage of TR-3Bs. There's some thermal ones, and even they have been debunked through artifacts using binoculars, right, with the triangle filter on the front. You got to make sure if it hasn't got that it doesn't have a triangle filter, and it's still a triangle shape, then you might be onto something. Makes me wonder if Ben Hansen has been caught out on that, because he talked about that you could film them all the time coming in over the coast. If that's the case, why hasn't he made a documentary about it and showed all the gear set up and how to catch them themselves? So yeah, I think there's a lot of bull crap out there. If they were easy to catch, then they're not really good stealth technology. If it's black ops, right? They haven't cloaked the heat signature very well. And we know they can do that now. Israel got tanks that can look like jeeps on thermal camera now. So yeah, that means they can muck around with little plates on the outside of a tank to absorb or emit heat, which forms a pattern of whatever they want it to form, a house or bicycle or whatever, which is kind of clever when you think about it. But yeah, whether it's alien technology, it's still vastly debated, the TR-3Bs. What have we got on the side going on? What's that meant to be? A rubber duck? No, this is not the duck video. So yeah, moving on. So Tyler likes this one. This shows he's not a UFO skywatcher, let alone a expert on it. And he's got that camera still. He talks about not having time to put up stuff, but he could easily put up various captures from his camera while he's just sitting there aiming at the sky, right? There's all sorts of things he could be doing. But he's just like a load of excuses, right?
Secure Team tradition. Every November of each year, if you've been with me since pretty much the beginning of the channel, I always put the little Christmas hat on top of the alien head logo down in the corner.
But it's not Christmas,
and this is actually
man.
the first year that...
You only meant to do that when it's December. I think even VLC doesn't put theirs on to the start of December. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I hate that double click.
The Christmas hat has been on the new Secure Team logo. And it just, I have to say, it fits him beautifully. He's got the holiday spirit in him, and to me, he looks delighted to be wearing the new Christmas cap that I placed on him. So he'll be wearing it for many more holiday seasons to come in the future. But anyway, back to UFO sighting news. Now, this next piece of footage was, well, I was tagged in it. It was in an Instagram post, and you guys gotta follow me on Instagram. We're almost up to 20,000 followers, where not only do I post behind-the-scenes footage and updates, but people tag me in their own UFO footage. And so if you're trying to get your footage to me, upload it to Instagram, tag me in the video, and then I will see it. And so here you're seeing the post where I'm tagged. It says UFO, or it seemed to me. Now, I think this was originally in Russian, and I went ahead and translated it. But UFO in San Diego, California, October 30th. Secure Team Tyler, what do you think? That's my Instagram name, at Secure Team Tyler. Head over to my Instagram, throw me a follow. So here is his footage of what appears to be a white, circular, spherical, or orb-shaped object just sitting in the sky in the distance.
Вон там вдалеке тарелка летающая висит. UFO. Что это такое? Сидит, не двигается, долго очень.
Great footage, mate. Filmed the wrong way for starters, so you lose quality. This is what you call one eye camera.
Okay, so short clip. I mean, the guy is at a stoplight. He doesn't have much time, but he distinctly notices, even at this distance, an object that seems to be...
Yeah, so where's the object, guys? Let's zoom in. Oh, look, a little bright white light. And what generally ends up being bright lights, white lights during the day. Wow, weather balloons. I bet it turns out to be a weather balloon, but we aren't getting close enough information to be able to look at the shape of it properly.
He's sitting static in the skies above San Diego.
San Diego. Yeah.
And it reminds me of a video I did.
Kind of looks like a weather balloon, doesn't it? It's got that sort of stretched look to it. I don't know if we can zoom right in on it, but
I don't have the footage with me right this second.
Got some compression artifacts happening, but it does look like a tear shape there to me, rather than a circle. Yeah, I don't think we can get much on it, can we? Kind of looks like a tear shape, really, doesn't it? Let's just step it by frame. Tear shape to sphere shape. We know it's a balloon. That kind of looks like a weather balloon, though. They generally have a payload, but we're not going to see it on that poor quality camera. Yep, that's the best we're going to get. Is zoom it back out. And I suppose he doesn't get out of his car and keep filming it, right? So there's a lot of red flags for me on this one here. A few pixels to work with.
Was above Los Angeles or one of the surrounding cities that actually had police helicopters that were circling around the thing. And so I don't know.
Which was also, he also knows it was debunked as a advertiser balloon that got away for e-cigarettes, and they were just checking on it to see if it was going to cause any damage, and then they flew off again. They even made a police report about it. He knows that. He's just total disinformation. Government must love him. That's all I can say. All those 2 million followers sucking this stuff up.
Something similar, but as you can see through the entire footage, the object does not move. So next, on to another very large sight.
We can't tell that from that distance. The weather balloons move up really slow, don't they? The weather balloons are generally like this, right? But if they have a big enough payload on it, or they might be tethered, they might still be tethered to the ground before they release it. It may form a stretched bit down the bottom there because of the weight. Weather balloon, right? So they're normally these big white ones like this, and if you put a big enough weight on them or tether them, they form that sort of tear shape. If you look at that, that looks identical to what was in the video. Not quite a full tear shape, but a more sphere tear shape. And that one's got a few payloads on it here. That one's more of a tear shaped one. So these start off at 7 feet, and they can expand to 32 feet before they pop and come down. And this one here is not a typical weather balloon. That's what you call a high altitude surveillance balloon, which is also possible in San Diego because they use it for border control. But it looks more like these ones here, typical weather balloons. That someone just released it from the beach or whatever. So that's the best I could probably get on that one. UFO didn't move like a UFO, didn't shoot off left or right, didn't shoot upwards and disappear. No.
Sighting that's hit the mainstream news lately is what people have been calling a rapidly spinning. I mean, this thing is spinning fast. What appears to be like a metal cube, dare I say the Borg.
Yeah, so that to me looks like one of those metal Mylar balloons, the cube balloons. So you can see it's got some curvature going on here. And that's easy to debunk as well. I like cube. Very common. Can get various sizes of them. And there you go. There's a few examples. You can get different colours and different shapes. Of course, quite a few colours there. There's the cubes. Just have to have it out of focus a bit. Bingo! Not just a little bit, but just enough. You can see that it's got some little curvature from the reflection of the sun. It's pretty crappy footage, really, isn't it? But you can see it's going to be like one of these out of focus. And you can get other shapes as well. Cubes, and I think you can get rectangles. That one's got Batman printed on the side. You got diamond shapes. Kind of strange, is it? What's that? Well, they use them for weddings of all things. So it doesn't take too much to do a side by side. If he was honest, he would say, "Oh, it kind of looks like this guy's." I think this one might be a balloon, not a Borg.
But nonetheless, it appears to be a silver or metallic-like square moving back and forth in the sky as it spins at an incredible rate. So check this out.
Okay, because it's got flat sides, it's going to spin, obviously. Great footage, film portrait by idiots. One eye, as I call it. So it looks like I have to zoom in. You can see how many pixels it is. Yeah, so it is definitely spinning with the air current.
That thing's a cube with lights.
No, it's not. That's the sun reflecting on one side there. You can see how it's spinning. And if you had it widescreen, mate, you might keep it in frame a bit better as well.
Jumping back and forth.
But that's how shitty the cameras are still. Until they get optical zoom on phones, because people won't buy a proper camera. There's something going on there with the digital zoom where it's... it looked like it was corrupted, the image, because it's got rolling shutter coming downwards. And slight hand movement will cause it like a double image effect to happen. Camera artifact.
This thing's a cube with lights. It's a cube.
It's a Mylar cube complete. So there's like a double image thing happening here. So if he just has slight movement and he's got digital zoom happening, you end up with a double image, unfortunately. So let's skim past that one. That's pretty boring.
Earth's atmosphere is that they basically have these anti-gravity components within these things, and in many a sighting, there have been objects that have shown very...
Yeah, so it's probably got some weight in the bottom there. Probably a string with some weight on the end. We're probably not seeing it.
Similar characteristics to this object, where the objects look to be sliding left or right or up or down, and it has something to do with...
That movement left and right was him, the cameraman. I bet if you stabilised it, it'd be smack in the middle.
The anti-gravity technology, where they are harnessing the gravity and basically using it to slide back and forth, up and down, and that is the way they control their vehicles. But again, that is just speculation. I don't know what this thing is. It seems to be spinning like hell. Big news. So it was spotted by Justin Johnson in the skies above Springfield, Missouri, while he was driving home from work. Picked up by a ton of national news media. So this is a real...
Because they all like to propagate disinformation on UFO topic and not ask any expert to look at it first.
Head scratcher. You guys tell me what you think. And lastly today, this was sent over to me where a Twitter user by the name of Think Tank, he posted a clip, says it's above Massachusetts, and it says, well, right here, date 2013, video shows a young boy recording outside from the passenger plane window, and he records a separate airliner passing by his, but then all of the sudden...
Did we debunk this one ourselves last week? Wasn't it CGI? It wasn't the one that Mick West did. Maybe I've got it here. Maybe I added it. Mick West. Have we got Mick West? No, it's not this one. Pretty sure Mick West analysed it. So he should know that as well, because he obviously keeps an eye on Mick West.
A UFO from the other side.
So there you go. He never put knowingly CGI up, he reckons. Well, he should know this was obviously a fake, because it had a lot of red flags in it.
Also flies past the plane. So I'll go ahead and let this play and loop over.
Okay, that's not it. That's just another jet. Contrail. And you see this little white speck come across, which some said it looked like a reflection of light of someone walking past in the cabin, maybe. But I don't think so, because
okay guys, so yeah, I don't know.
I don't think so. So when you start breaking it down frame by frame, which Mick West has done, so I won't have to do it myself. I'll see if I can bring him up. And we'll just skim over his one. Let's see. This one here. $2013, that's the one, playing window.
Hello, by popular demand I'm taking a look at this video from Reddit. Now this video of a UFO shot from an airplane window isn't actually that new. I looked into it and found that the earliest version comes from February the 3rd, 2013, which was, over 8 years ago. But anyway, so we're looking out of an airplane window and we see something whiz by, and we have some reaction audio as well. So first of all, the UFO that we're looking at is not this thing.
Okay, so the kid's probably looking at this plane with a contrail and saying, wow, look at that, and not seeing this that's been added in
Here. This is just a plane. This is just a plane flying by, leaving a contrail. It's flying in the opposite direction, so it goes by pretty quick. And it's quite possible that the reaction from the person filming or someone looking out the window nearby is that they just saw this other plane go by, because it's fairly close. It's a little bit unusual. You can tell it's a plane because it's got it's got a big contrail behind it, obviously, and you can't see the wings because it's very low resolution. It's only a few pixels here. The wings are actually right there in the middle, obviously, but due to the resolution, we can't see them. But this isn't the UFO. This is just a plane leaving a contrail. So let's back it up. And here comes the plane, and zipping over the top is the thing we're actually interested in. It looks like something is going past the window so fast that it just kind of zips by and leaves a streak of light as it goes by. But is that actually what is happening? Let's take a closer look at that. There's only 7 frames that this thing is actually on screen. It starts frame number 1 here. You see it's a streak, so you can just think it's come in and it's left a streak of light. The first thing that makes me think that this perhaps isn't actually motion blur, this isn't a motion blur thing moving very fast, is that it's different thickness at the start and the end. Now this could be some strange thing with a shutter that takes in light gradually, then takes in a lot more light, and then takes less light at the end, but I've never seen anything like this. But that's kind of a minor point. There's much bigger problems with this.
Looks like fake motion.
Go to the next frame, we see that it's moved down. It's moved from here to here. And it continues to move down. 1, 2, 3. So it moves down to here.
Oh, where was that? I clicked on something. A red flag for me
here,
there was...
And then it kind of moved.
It was all the same shape. And, you could probably cut each of those out and overlay it, and you'll see they're exactly the same, like a cookie cutter. With normally motion blur, there is some differences between each of the objects in each of the frames generally, like some washed out brightness and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I was wondering he hasn't brought that out.
Moves more horizontally in this direction, which all in all is kind of weird. It's weird motion. It starts out here. It goes to here, it then gets smaller, which makes it seem like it's moved further away. And then it gets even smaller, so it feels like it's moved even further away again. And then it kind of gets bigger again, like it's moving closer to her, which makes no sense. But that again isn't even the biggest problem. We can get a much better sense of this if we take these 7 frames and we merge them all into one image. So we see down here, we see the plane leaving the contrail. Now the plane is moving in this direction, and there's a bit of movement of the camera. So we see this little kind of upward motion. So it starts here and moves to here. Now this is in stark contrast to what we actually see with this UFO, which starts up here, and then it moves to here, then down to here, and then across to here. Now, the thing about motion blur, where something moves through the frame, then it's going to leave motion for the part of the frame that's being exposed, where the shutter's open, and then you won't see anything for the parts of the frame where the shutter is closed. However, if something is just moving through the frame, it would move along a path, which would be a smooth path. Not necessarily super smooth, but you'll be able to see that the segments that are missing are going to be the same direction as the segments which are actually there, which isn't what we see in this case. We see horizontal segments, and then we see in between them diagonal segments. So from here, this has to move from here to here, and then from here to here. But the actual supposed motion blur is always completely horizontal. So that means it's not actually motion blur. So you can see the problem with this perhaps a little bit clearer if...
So basically what it said, it's like a cookie cutter of the same object. It's identical throughout. If it slightly moved upwards, we'd expect some motion blur to make it thicker. Right, that's what Mick West is trying to say here. And also when it zooms out further here, we expect it to be thicker maybe and shorter. And not the same shape. But if you zoom in, you can see it is the same shape. Right, it hasn't sort of squashed up or anything, it hasn't increased in thickness. So we know it's CGI. Okay. Debunked. Now Secureteam hasn't got a clue, as we can see.
No much more information about this. I thank the user Think Tank for posting this to Twitter. It was then sent over to me. There seems to be a definite object passing at 5 to 10 times the speed as the other passing commercial airliner, and I'm just as stumped as you are, but I'm not surprised in the slightest. These UFOs are sighted from airliners all the time. There is a hush-hush law in the aviation industry where they are told to keep their mouth shut. So tell me what you guys think about this footage posted to Twitter.
I think it's more job security that they don't want to say this sort of UFO, else they might be pulled off and have to go through medical checkups and all that, which they don't want to be bothered with, right? I don't think it's anything to do with hush hush. Unless it's like something that's going to be like a hazard, right? Like the jetpack thing that was going on, which from my analysis so far has been all a bunch of balloons. The only one that was different was probably that low flying one near the hangars. But again, it was pretty weird footage and a bit hard to tell whether it was one of those jetpacks that someone could get hold of or a bunch of balloons, but generally that's what it ends up being.
Your cameras ready if you're on a flight, because you never know what you will see. And I want to say again, I'm happy to be back. More daily videos are coming. I want to say thank you to the fans who've been supporting.
Alright, so he should give that back to Google because he hasn't got a million fans even watching him. So when was this put out? But it's only had like 48,000 views, right? Also, I was told that he had bought subs when he reached 800,000 because he got so bored of waiting to slowly get up to 1 million that he wanted to supercharge it. So he paid someone to then buy it on his behalf, so he was out of the middle, so to speak. Google can't detect those sub things, right? People buying them even today. Because they're real people, right, with real accounts. They have randomness to their actions. It's very hard for a bot to detect that as a human versus a script. If it was a script, then it would have regular patterns, but if it's a human, it's very hard for them to not detect it as a human, actual human doing it, subbing, like, you know, or clicking a like button and typing a comment, which a lot of these paid subscriber accounts offer, and they pay the people part of the money that you pay them. So if you pay $1 per view, per sub, the person clicking will get maybe 50 cents of it or whatever. So yeah, but that's him. That's his crappy video, right? And full of excuses and stuff that he could easily have debunked, or even did a side-by-side. People that call him out are called haters now, and they always have been, by the way. So, interest in the cubes, the sides seemed to shift. Well, when we zoomed into that, you could see it was pretty static. It was just spinning around on its axis there. Of course, balloons do change a wee bit. Do stop with the apologies. The one in Glasgow is literally above my house, but we had that World Climate meeting, so it could be a stunt. So these people are none the wiser unless they watch my show after. Tyler, I'd much rather you late regular breaks than burning out. Oh, you poor baby. Looks like Shredder found some ozone. What the hell that goes on. Glacier reminds me of a Japanese samurai standing upright. Or a witch. And they never left, and now they're revealing themselves. Yes, those balloons are sort of popping out the woodwork, especially over festival periods. I swear, the way he says that cube, he's healing properties. Has healing properties. Okay, Snowflake. Enjoy your life, Tyler. Smoke. Keep on coming, Tyler. I've been with you for years and not bothered to do a simple Google search. Secureteam hoaxer. Secureteam fraud. Doesn't take too much to do some background research, guys. Tyler, you don't owe anyone an apology. I missed your put that hat on logo, alien. Cube thing freaked me out a little. Oh, poor baby. Oh man, that little boy got the ride of his life. Yeah, in a plane. He saw another plane in the distance. The ocean holds all of the answers, does it now? Bet you should go snorkeling and find the answers for us. The cube needs a next generation update. It was only moving at 30 frames per second. So no hypersonic speed cube there, was it? So that was Rocky the Flying Squirrel with a pillow. What the hell? Taped to its ass. I think the first one, is saying it's like a balloon or something. You're my best UFO personality to teach the uninformed that you can be conned and suckered and gullible. That's what he teaches you. And not to have to fact check and believe every word he tells you. It's okay, man. Take it easy. He does. He's living a high life. You're my best UFO. Okay, we're just on that one. Man, that magnetic cube is strange. Metallic cube, I mean, as hell. Seems utterly worldly. That's why they make these Milo balloons, to be something that stands out. I think my evolution of the channel is going to fully ignore his apologies for not posting, eh? I think our extraterrestrial friends are going to give us this particular light show. Holiday season. Yeah, it's probably going to be the Golden Knights. It's okay to have a life. He is. He's getting $5,000 from Patreon users, even if he doesn't upload a video. Because he's having fun. I wonder if the first one is what pilots keep seeing. The jetpack man. No, it's not. The first UFO seemed to get thinner as it moved to the left. Maybe because it rotated slightly. He says that it's a cube. One more time. I don't know what she means. Alien girl hanging out with a fraud. Cool, UFOs. This is why she's a fraud, guys. She wouldn't know a UFO if it landed on her front lawn. These are some great sightings. And you got to remember, I put up some credible UFO videos and images that we've got from credible people, and that you don't get through UK rags, of course. The first video, it looks like a man-made jetpack. No. And that's probably got thousands of these type of comments, right? There we go. First one in Glasgow could be a witch or Warwick that had powered a broom off sorts. Almost, it was half there. Balloon, mate, balloon. I was starting to think it was a cube. No, seriously, that thing was amazing. Yeah, those cube model balloons are pretty amazing. Dude, you have to stop apologizing. I've seen a lot of orbs, like the one shown in San Diego. The San Diego one was a weather balloon, unfortunately. It's not a TR3, that's something else entirely. Hooray, someone's got it. The TR3s are not vertical like that. That's what I keep telling people. You don't see the lights like that. I mean, I'm no technician working on them, but think about it. The 3 spinning drives used to travel don't work like that. Shit, you know what I don't know. None of us do. It's worse than shifting through Star Wars canon. They sort of lost the plot at the end there. Everyone is just traumatized when you leave. Oh, poor baby. It's like a dog that's attached to its owner, right? I've seen the first clip before and I'm still convinced it's a guy on a jetpack. No. And you do, Tyler. Great content as usual. These guys, I don't know what world they live in, but they certainly don't use Google and search things and get other people's perspective on things. This has absolutely blew my mind. The video in San Diego is directly across the street. Still love your intro, I don't. The white sphere that was in Russia zoomed all the way and looks like a triangle. No, it wasn't. The Russian one, let's see, that was the weather balloon, wasn't it? We zoomed right in and you could see that it wasn't a triangle. The white sphere that was in Russia zoomed all the way, looks like a triangle. No, it looks like unidentified flying humanoid. No, well done, Tyler. I had 2 CF5 experiences. So he went outside and started saying, "Come UFOs, come aliens, play with me." And then he saw 2 mild balloons fly overhead. Truly amazing stuff. Aliens don't come when they're called, not lapdogs, right? Aliens are not going to come just to display themselves. That's just ridiculous. If it was that easy, we would have disclosure instantly. And high definition video, no spud cam, of course. What else we got? Stop apologizing. How about just stop? Go and create some cat videos instead and pollute the cat field. Make CGI cats up or something. Photoshop them and make stretch their necks and stuff. That would be fun. That'd probably be more fun to watch than for entertainment than these balloon UFOs, and also CGI, which is the last one. Oh yeah, so did I say I was just going to quit then, and I thought I saw someone say weather balloon. Where'd it go here? It was here somewhere. Weather balloon, I thought someone I saw. Thought there might be one comment that slipped through that had actually some common sense. I did spin it pretty quick. Don't see it now. That's a shame. I must have missed it. I thought there might be someone there that may have something Let's try weather and see if it finds it in the comments. Alright, here we go. No. Only one reference, so yeah. Nope, they're all gone. So that's Tyler debunked again. On to the next one. UFO proof. I'll just have a watch the video here. I'm pretty sure I've debunked it before, but it needs to be done again. Horrible music. Okay.
What's up, you guys? UFO Proof here, and happy Halloween to all my proofers out there. And we have an extra special wicked UFO show for you guys today. So let's start off with our first case, which is MUFON 65255 case. This is an extra wicked, scary, spooky ass UFO. I mean, look at this shit. This shit is just fucking terrifying. No, but for real, this is a really different UFO.
I think he's being serious here rather than joking. Yeah, because if you listen to the whole video, it kind of sounds like it's
UFO, not one that we're used to seeing. As you can see, it's like a whole, group of UFO lights. As you can see, if we pan.
Okay, so I've analysed this MUFON case before. There's actually a load of trees here. You don't see the trees, right? You see a branch here, maybe cut through the light, but yeah, it just shows you how poor a smartphone low light is, and that strange effect is the moon shining through a tree.
Back there, it just looks like a star, and then you see there's other ones that are happening like this.
There's actually a moon.
This one up in the corner, there's little flashes of ones that surround this big one, but here's like the main point.
Okay, so you can imagine branches of going through and leaves with the moon behind. This is what you get on the phone, and it's called overexposure, and with black trees that you don't see.
Point of all the UFOs and this little cluster fuck of.
So if you look at it carefully, he's saying that individual lights are not. So it's actually one big moon, and the rest of it is tree branches and leaves passing through. I've seen this so many times now. One frame at a time. And you can start to see here bits and pieces coming through. So you can imagine a tree with the branches coming off it that way, some that way, probably some that way. Oh.
Now this is very interesting, is the color scheme of these UFOs, because you see a lot of purple and greens, which is not real common to see in UFOs. I've personally...
you can see it looks like a stem coming up here, so that's probably the next tree.
Never seen any green or purple lights coming from UFOs in any of my encounters. However, I have seen a few videotapes of UFOs.
Okay, now you can start to see the edge of the moon, but then look, you can see a branch coming up here, so you just don't quite see the edge of the moon.
Producing these colors that I found to be authentic. So I know they do happen from time to time, but I wonder what it means. I don't know. Like, to me, I believe that the lights that the UFO...
At the very end there, we just saw, which looked like the moon there. And it looks like we got a double image. Like it moved the camera. There might be another one down here. You moved the camera with the rolling shutter coming downwards. No, hang on. Going sideways. So it looks like it moved it down a wee bit here, and the roller shutter's going this way. Then he jiggled it back up here, and then slightly up as it moves slowly more, and then eventually here. So that's what can happen in just a split second, if just a slight movement in your hand when you use an optical zoom like that. Shrimp it back down.
UFOs produce are perhaps some type of communication or attempt at a communication, and we're simply too dumb to understand it.
Me, not too dumb, it's a tree. So let's just carry on from that garbage, and there's a lamppost here with a light.
Up in the sky.
So what you can do with this one is muck around with that filter, right? This is what you can do now with HTML5. You can start to then play around with the contrast, brightness, saturation, and invert it to various degrees. And we got super, which tries to add orange to it. Although it's not as good as using paint.net curves. That would be really good if they added curves in there, where we can change individual blacks to other colours. Then we'll be able to see the shape of the trees, right? So yeah, we just have to keep playing around.
Really different UFO, not one that we're used to seeing. As you can see, it's like a whole, group of UFO lights.
Anyway, so you can see the city lights here. But we can't still see the trees in front of things. You can see the light reflecting off something here. It's pretty bad. Saturation. No, can't quite get it. I know I have done it before, but if we run it through some better filtering, we'll better see the trees. Oh, I wasn't meant to do that way, but anyway, that will do. It's done now. Paste to a new image. Scale up a bit. Okay, you reckon the trees are going to pop out? Now we've got brightness, which we tried to do, and it wasn't any joy. Apart from we could see it reflecting off something here. Okay, let's try flip hue. Now I think the guy took a photograph. It gave us a lot more detail to work with. And the blacks. And as you can see, the video is still not very good. Let's see. RGB. Yeah. I think you need the photograph. Photograph has got 4 times the quality, right? This is 1080p, and the photograph will be 12 megapixels probably. And plus he's edited it, so We've probably lost some colour information in the process, which then again makes it really hard. Recycled. It's not working. Apart from seeing a reflection here, so we know there's something here. Not sure if I can find the original one I did or not. So it might be worth a try. Not sure if I put the UFO case number in. Did he die? He hasn't put anything in, has he? And looks like he's also blocked my comment there. So yeah, can't have the truth known. But I did use my other account to post a reply saying that's not what it is. But anyway, yeah, let's see if we can find it. Tree, moon, try that. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure if I had a thumbnail or what. It doesn't look like it. Shadow critters. Try moon. Move on. No, that one's too old. Is that on the one here? 87. Could that be the one? I'll go back to it in a minute. It's very hard to find stuff that you've already looked at. If you haven't got the right keywords for Google to pick up on it. Secureteam. Triangle craft again. He loves his triangles. Looks like it's going to take a wee bit of time to find it. So me redoing it. But again, we don't know what the methane case number is. As we could just go straight there and pull down the image that I looked at. It's there somewhere, but I've just got so much I've done. It can be very hard to find it. So yeah, didn't work, did it? Unless we can get
you
a
see, if
different
we
image.
pan back there, it just looks like a star. And then you see there's other ones that are happening like this. UFOs producing these colors that
Perhaps if we get one from there.
my encounters.
Oh. I might be able to see the tree shape, maybe. Let's see what happens. Where's the CPU gone? Come on, CPU. Oh, I need a new machine, man. After I get this 200 I need to keep the channel going for another year, I will bring up the crowdfunding for the new laptop, which will probably no one will support though. But if you want to, you can. Let's see if we can get something out of this one. Yeah, not really. He's mucked around with it. He's definitely mucked around with it on his smartphone, whatever he's using there. Yeah, you can see how hard it is. Well, the blacks are the same. And it's zoomed into pixels. You can see how much pixels we're working with here as well. Yeah, I need the original photograph. Or the highest quality at least. So there is some clue there that there's something there, right? I'm just not seeing it at the top of the tree coming down. So unfortunate though. Don't know if there's any other filters we can try if color swap doesn't work. That's the best one. Let's see. High contrast. Won't do much, I don't think. No. We can see there's a post coming down here on that one though. There you go. You can see a post. You can see it's shaped like a traffic light. Maybe it's a power line going across here. You can see it's definitely reflecting off something here. But this is as much as we can get on that one. It would be good to see a shape of a tree. It's well hidden. And just carry on. Maybe some better images here.
Here, as you can see, there's also a little light happening down there as well for any of our more keen observers. Like I said, anytime you see a real UFO video, you have to look around throughout the entire video because there's always other shit going on in there that you just, unless you're looking for, you'll probably miss.
It's out of focus. You get that sort of ring effect whenever it's out of focus. It's to do with science, interference patterns, and optics, of course.
Now, I'm sure the person who filmed this probably didn't even see that little light happening at the bottom, but you ain't getting nothing past me.
So he's saying it's a legit UFO video, and I'm saying that's just some guy just filming the moon through trees. And he knew what he was doing.
But I really think this is a real spooky kind of UFO. That's why I want to start it with this one, because how do you classify this UFO? Do you call it a fleet? I mean, is it a bunch of individual UFOs? Is it a mothership releasing a bunch of little spheres? How do you classify this style of UFO?
He's going to be.
I'm going to call this the clusterfuck of UFO.
He lost the sphere a lot, unfortunately. I like to call that being naive. Yeah, so again, it's like that moon filmed through trees. Don't know if you can find a video that shows it. But here's some examples here with still images, which shows you like frames. So there you go, it's filmed through trees. That one's completely blocked. There's another one where you can see the edge of the trees. You can see it's a better, closer image though, compared to what we're looking at on the other channel, which is blocky, which is a good way to hide things. But we could see similar shapes like this in the other video. So for the moon was like that, way lower. There's no one. Through trees, and if you zoomed in, blurred it, it looked pretty good for a UFO video. So yeah, like that that example with the street sign for what was that, food face? Can't remember what it was now. What's the yellow signs over there? Subway? Is it Subway? Let's try that. Moon, film, trees, Subway. I used it a couple live shows back as well, just to show you how easy it was to fool people. Is that the one? No. Subway. I found it in first search last time. I just can't get it now. Out of focus. I hate this keyboard, I really do. Main Subway sign. How did I get it last time? This is the one here, I think. Bad environment. Nature is healing. Hey, what's that trying to say? Weird. Pretty sure it's that one. Kind of looks like the moon. Tree subway sign. Artifact. Man, what did I type in last time to hit it? Try UFO. No. Tree subway sign. Try that. Nope. Get rid of the UFO again. That's so hopeless. Subway through trees. I just wanted to show it for example, guy. Come on, why can't I get it now? Tree, subway. Orange, maybe. Nope. Just try that then. Do I have to put fast food maybe? Subway. Unbelievable. Tree, subway, tree. Blur, maybe. Blur. Blurry. Unbelievable. Subway, fast food. Come on, Google. How did I get it last time? Damn it. What string was it in? Free, subway, fast food, blurry camera, maybe. Nope. Ah, damn it. Okay, moon. Filmed through trees. Blurry. Let's see if we can get something. Video. Yeah, that's not coming up very good either, is it? No good examples. Main film. Main tree trees. Blurry. Come on, you should better come up with those search ones. Glowing. It's the blurry blue sky. No. Behind tree stock footage. Nope. They look too good. Okay. Probably be something like that, but I don't want to use any stock images. Mars, moon, no. Don't want no stock images. Okay. No. Stock images. Come on, Google. Half moon resin, stock footage. Don't want that one. Let's see. Blurry. Minus stock. Might be easy to just go outside and film it in the bloody south. Eh? Oh god. I wish I had an outside camera, remote controlled. This might, if I had enough money, I'd have it set up. Then I could do it probably. And the moon would probably be in the right location now. And there's a lot of trees around here. Cloud sludge, Rick tree. No. So I can't even find a decent video. So what else can we do? Fruit trees, blurry, just try it out of focus maybe. Because that's the key part here. Nope. Well, it's hopeless. Maybe I should try some other switches then. Focusing through trees. Okay, maybe this one. Let's have a quick look at that one. There you go. There's a high quality camera. Get rid of that music. So that's a high quality camera, right? But you can see if you had it out of focus, but that's not what we want. We want a crappy one, crappy camera. It's not gonna play ball with us. On the switches anyway. Have it lights seen through trees, maybe. Lights. There we go. Could that be the moon? No. That's talking about bugs and lights. Hey, give up. It's not working for me. Certainly out of focus images. Mostly daytime. Can't win. How hard is it to find a damn example? Let's just try subway again. Subway sign night time find tree. Let's see what comes up. Garbage. And let's try put them in quotes subway. Actually, no. Subway. Tree. Nighttime. I think we should just move on to the alien grey one. It's going to be more fun. Out of focus. Okay, we got out of focus. Yay! But not subway. No. Tree, night, out of focus. Subway, fast food. Nah, it's hopeless. It really is. Maybe I'll put it on Twitter. Twitter. Let's see if I can see my own page. That's not it. Here it is. Too much going on. Alright, so let's search. Tree. The out. 20. 16. I hate the search method. It's tedious. So I found none on tree and moon. No, 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 no. Yeah, here's one. Moon behind a tree. Could be the same video, is it? There's a NASA video. This probably lights on the planet's surface, right? It looks very similar. Okay, let's keep on going. No. Probably not going to find it. Nope. Nope. This is why it can take a lot of time to research something. Something you done years ago. It can take forever to find again. Especially when Twitter actually was it Subway? I'm pretty sure it was a Subway. Subway. Especially when they archive it after a year or so. You can only search back a year. So yeah, I don't think it's searchable now. Try Moon. That's what I tried before, wasn't it? Moon, what else can I try? Out of focus. That's ridiculous. Alright, the blue UFOs are actually emulsion fill, right? That's third phase publishing that nonsense, saying the big motherships. No, I can't find the example. That's just amazing. That's just crazy. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And go and watch some of the older episodes. I think we could be done with this one. He's got another bit to it, is he?
It's almost what it looks like. I wonder if the cameraman is actually filming through a window with water on it, and perhaps that's why the clusterfuck looks so fucked up. Who knows? On to our next spooky, scary UFO.
I know. So it's filming a moon through a tree.
You know, they definitely share the same symptoms of the clusterfuck.
You're the fuck. Two-time felon at that. And he fled his state so he didn't have to go to prison.
And what's interesting is, if you notice, this is not a single UFO. This is in fact two UFOs. There's two orbs of light there. They're just right next to each other. If you look closely, you can see, you know, there's a little definite, almost looks like a nice golden butt.
Okay, so
if you see what I mean, how it's got that little indentation, but it looks like a perfect little booty.
Okay, all these volcano ones always turn out to be bugs on security cameras that they got aimed at the mountain all the time. Balloons, bugs, mostly planes on long exposure causes streaks. And they're flying horizontal, and it looks like they're coming down vertically when they're not. And helicopters. Now, this one here is from a local airport over this side, not behind it this time. There's an international airport, but 100 kilometers behind here, this volcano, but there's also a little tiny airstrip for commercial planes and helicopters where they take scientists up and drop them off onto the side of the mountain to then climb up from the rest of the way to, I don't know, put their probes in and stuff.
A golden little butt just floating in the air. You know, imagine two peaches, you know, just kind of shoved together.
So there, it looked like hovered above the ground, doesn't land, and the people jump out, right? And then it flies up a wee bit more.
And you can see there's other, I mean, he's going down there like collecting data or something. He's analyzing some volcanic ash or something, because I mean, there's some shit going on down there.
That's what scientists do.
You know, something's floating around. I mean, look at it, like little spots are coming onto it, and you know, who knows what the hell's happening, but
they're dropping off a person each time they come down, and cargo.
Kind of and exposure of the camera. Maybe it's
these a plane, and that looks like a double contrail, doesn't it, from 2 jet engines?
Got like a full second exposure, or you know, 2-second exposure time. It's a webcam, so it probably has, you know, it's probably shooting at 15 frames a second or some shitty low resolution like that. But there you can definitely see that black line separating the two objects. They're just two objects right next to each.
Okay, the black lines video compression artifacts. And the way, because whenever you got video, it's not actually raw video, so it's actually got to reduce some of the quality, but it doesn't do it by pixels. It does it by based it on the previous frame. And if it's moving fast through the sky, or it's got long exposure and it's far away, it tries to compress some of the color information. It's got various techniques. That's why if you get a missing, what they call, is it a B frame or I frame? I can't remember now. If you lose one of the key frames, ends up with strange corruption, which you can get on bad broadcasts on TV even now because it's digital.
Each other. You know, forming the golden buoy in the sky. I mean, this is just a regular volcano. You got this, it looks like a black flying triangle floating above this building in this creepy fucking mist fog shit up above it. And you can see that the spotlights are actually reflecting off of this craft, or causing the craft to...
Okay, wasn't that one Scott Brando debunked as a crane? Looks like a boom. Is that the one with the guitar on the side of the building? Looks familiar anyway, that one. Again, we've got a dark picture, we can't see all the structure. Some red flags there. Damn it. Crappy, blurry UFO photographs. Anyway, enough of him. Yep. Could have gone a bit better, that one, if I could find what I was looking for. Especially that one there to show the trees. But anyway, if you want to go and dig through my MUFON debunks, go ahead. You can find how I did it properly with the original source videos, which these guys don't post, unfortunately. So alien caught on film. So this will be the last one to wrap up on tonight. It should be a bit more interesting. This is on UFOman. It's garbage. Done no research on it. It's just pulled it up from some person. I did state alleged. He always says alleged. That's a scapegoat thing. There's alleged UFO, guys. But is it a real one? You want to say, well, this is what you've done to check it out, and beyond my capabilities, I can say that it looks genuine, and so that's sort of answer you want to get at the end. So can we come with this one here or not? So let's have a look for red flags to start with. Crap. Yeah. Give us the video.
Hey guys, a husband and wife investigate a noise in their backyard when the security lights click on in Eugene, Oregon on 10/21/2020. Man uses a flashlight to search the perimeter of his yard and captures this. What do you think?
Okay, so why is he filming it as well? No mention about why he's filming it. Is the wife filming it while he's walking next to him? See, there's lots of information missing there in the story straight away. So it looks like it could be part of the forest, is it? Have a torch beam going this way. And we'll come back and take some stills from it and see if we can improve the quality. And there we go, alien grey. Not as cute as me up there in the corner though. So what's your gut feeling on this one?
Could it be real or is it a hoax?
Well, why don't you tell us? To me it looks like it's raining. Was no mention about it raining. Is it long grass or is it rain? I know they do have that crazy long grass that Mojo filmed through on his thing. So there's a side view of this thing. The head doesn't look that big enough to be, alien grey. And why is he looking that direction when the torch shines on him? And it looks like a human neck there, doesn't it? Alien greys have a lot more skinnier necks. And longer as well. And it looks like a normal human mouth there, doesn't it? That you'd get through a latex mask or something. And then it moves upwards, it gets distorted. And you've got a branch going through it there. Kind of looks like it's part of its mouth here, but I think that's a branch. Almost looks like a frog in a alien. So he was looking away, and the torch shines on it, and then it looks towards the torch. Seems a bit strange to me. Wouldn't he be looking at the whole man the whole time? And now we're seeing the front, and the arm it goes up to here. Kid costume. What's the red flags around about this time is Halloween, right? They may have been doing a hide and seek. And this is part of the footage, and of course there's no sound. There's no sound. Another red flag there. Looks legit. It's not CGI. You can see how the reflections on the eyes are working here. And the torch. And the grass in the way. So it's definitely legit video. But doesn't look like a smartphone, does it? So is it a Halloween costume stunt thing, or is it something from a movie? Looks like a house in the background here. Why is there no sound? He's putting up his hand now. Is it 3 fingers or what? It's a bit hard to tell. Looks like there's a little tiny finger. And the next finger there looks almost human. It's not the same length. Human fingers. But alien fingers are meant to be roughly the same length, aren't they? I've got the twig going through, which kind of ruins it because we can't see the mouth. So the finger's bent around here. Next finger. Then the next finger goes here, isn't it? It's a human hand, isn't it? Actually, that would have to be the thumb. The thumb, index finger, and then the other one's bent around. So we're seeing the back of the hand. Let me just see. Yeah. So we're seeing the back of the hand. So thumb, 1 finger, 2 fingers, 3 fingers, 4 fingers, I think. There's a little pinky sticking out there, isn't it? So he's got his couple of fingers turned. You probably have to draw it so you can see what I mean. I think it's a human hand. Okay, so what's happened here? A thumb, normal finger, normal finger, normal finger, and where's the other one? Bent around maybe. Just keep on going. Thumb, finger, finger. Where's that one disappear to? The branch is in the way. Lucky the branch is in the way. The branch is really hiding some good information there. Also, it has some interlace there. Interlace. Who would use interlace nowadays? It would have to be a handy cam to be interlaced like that. Or what they use in movies. Okay, thumb, 1 finger, 2 fingers, 3 fingers, 4 fingers, right? So it's a person in a costume. And there's the interlacing through movement. Corruption happening. There's the lips there now, I think. Now, what are we looking at there? It's a bit confusing. A blurry mess. Close up of his eye, maybe? Seems a bit too much for a security camera, and certainly too much for a smartphone. Spud cam, you just gotta love it. Yeah, what are we looking at now? It's like something's rotating. But hard to make out anything in that. Alright, so... Whoop. Probably gone back too far now. Damn it. Stay there. It's got to be his eyes there. Alright, there's his nose, there's its mouth. So, if an alien got caught up with a beam of light, wouldn't it just dash off? It doesn't make any sense, this video. Okay, does it look like a suit? So far the head looks latexy, right? The hand looks like it's a normal human hand. And the suit, how would that be put on? A kid in a suit, skinny arm. Yeah, latex looks really good though, I must admit though. It could fool anyone. That's why we can never ever rule out hoaxing completely. So what are we looking at now? What happened there? Now we're getting the side view. And it looks more human side view, doesn't it? It looks more like a kid, small chin, just a normal sized nose, with some latex mask. And it's starting to turn, the branch in the way over top of the mouth. And it kind of looks like a normal size human arm there. And a normal hand hold up. So that'd be the small finger. He's got it turned with the palm now. So that would have to be the small finger. Next finger, next finger, next finger, right? And the thumb would be down here. Which you could hide in a suit, right? So it only looks like 4 fingers. But yeah, what happens to the alien? Wouldn't you just keep filming it? Walking around, wouldn't you have longer footage? Seems to be repeating over, so let's see what they're saying.
Images.
So they're talking about these being images. Or are they just frames from the video? So what can we do with it? Probably not much, but we can probably search.
Here is the original footage with the image brightened by 2%.
4:3 as well. The aspect's wrong for a modern day camera. So this is going to be from a movie, isn't it? And you think we probably could get some images from it and search the web. So we'll do that now. I've already grabbed a couple of images previously. Google images. Let's start investigating. Photo. Upload. Choose. See, I didn't have dinner today either. So that's the best matches come up with that one there. And there's the other thing too. Why is it only black and white? If it's a smartphone and you shine a light at it, you would see some green. So everything, there's too many red flags. Ends funny. The aspect ratio is wrong. It's black and white. So again, let's try alien there. See what comes up with. Alien film. Any images that look like it? I can see there's quite a few here, looks like from movies. So, but I can't see any that matches that frame. Okay, let's try tree in the way, or bush. Okay, we got some more come up, have we? Can't see anything that sort of matches that one. Look at that one. Someone does hang it between two branches. What's that one there? So it could have been a colour movie and they've sort of cut it and blurred it and added some artifacts to it to make it hard to do for reverse image search, right? That's probably what they've done. But someone out there might know that alien they've seen it on a 50s movie or something. Let us know. That one looks like a kid. And that one looks like in a suit. So it come up with some more, but none that matches what we're after. And that's the famous Dr. Greed, or Dr. Greed, the Cubit doll, that they just strung up across a couple of trees and fought up people in the C5 party. So yeah, that didn't work too well. Let's try the other image. Which is a more close-up one. It's got more detail. You think it would better find more on that one, but it's come up with language again for some reason. I'm not sure why. Alien. And it's come up with volcano UFOs, Nimitz, unsealed alien files. That's probably the closest one. But yeah, none of those ones. Similar images, no, not even close. Alien grey. Try that. Mind you, there's two ways to spelling grey, with the E or A, and both ways is quite correct, I suppose. But like I always spell it with a E myself. Okay, so that one looked promising to start with, doesn't it? But the quality is too good. Okay, could it be that one? That's been blurred a bit more. I'll come back to that one. It's better than that. That one's got the right shaped eyes. Let's have a look. Looks interesting, doesn't it? Let's go back to that one. Filmed on camera during Skype interview. I was thinking more of that one there. Fallen Angels. That's a YouTube clip. The head looks down there looks too skinny though. That one? What's that one? Brazil. That one looks too good. Oh, I don't want to go to it. Another one. No, also the same one. Didn't realise how many aliens have been invented. Now, this is the problem with hoaxes, right? Makes it our job even harder to validate a legit Skywatch video when we got all this garbage. What's that one there? Smuggable. It's got the right squareness to it. Area 51. Let's have a look at that one. Is that the one that's a puppet? Does it play? Bit of a shame. Could be the same thing, couldn't it? It's got the right shiny bits in the eye, and overexposed down the bottom. Official grey comments. Well, how come it won't play then? It's not playing. I don't understand that site. It's crazy. Keep looking. Maybe some better ones down here. Oh, here we go. It's that one where they go into the room and it's like a puppet. Can't quite see these ones. Maybe an interview. Yeah, that's the one. Yes, it's complicated, isn't it? You'd think you better match up on the image if it was a movie. But I might have to wrap up soon and get something to eat. It's only a salad, I think. There's quite a lot of decent looking aliens there, isn't there? What's that one? Anyways, too many red flags for that one to be legit. It would be good if it was real footage and you see it run off or something. And if it had audio. If he had the original video. I don't think he has listed it, has he? Let's have a look. Steers all information channels of people that Hillary Clinton really falling down the rabbit hole. Hoax just like these people wanted you. So has he got this information why it's a hoax? Nope. Looks pretty realistic. Slightly different greys. Inclined to think it's a hoax. Yep. I'd really like to know what happens immediately after this. Yeah, wouldn't we? And he says it's a videotape, so that must be going back to before 2000, right? So it's got to be that would explain the 4-3, so it can't be from this Halloween, but someone's just gone and obviously used it for celebrating Halloween this year. I'm looking in detail at this creature, which looks really good. Skin texture. This one I'm inclined to think it's actually more a movie thing. If we go to costumes, I mean costumes. Latex. You never know, you might stumble across it. Costumes. Images, let's have a look. So, we've got full body things of cats, aliens with towels. Okay, is there any? It looks like that face. Kind of looked froggy on the side, didn't it? You can see the variations. There's quite a few in the eye shape, colours, and face structure. Okay, so could it be that one? I don't think so. The images were the best ones. Is that one of them? Side image there. Definitely looks like a human shape. Neck. Doesn't look oversized. I want to see this on the angle, really. Don't think I see these bits around the eyes, that bit over the eye. But it's a bit hard to tell. Could be something there. Nope. I don't like any of those ones. There's quite a lot of them. Some strange looking. Okay. Some pretty good. Here we go. AliExpress. So that goes down over your chest. It looks pretty realistic, doesn't it? Just shows you what you can get. Of course, it hasn't brought up the right one. Typical. Yuck. Some pretty horrible looking. And they got lots and lots of pages of them. Well, if you manage to find something out there that sort of matches it, let me know. Then we can put it to bed. But like I said, you can spend hours at this. And we got someone talking. Instead of latex, then use silicone mask. What's the difference? Silicone alien mask is more authentic, is it? Well, I don't know. Latex looks pretty good to me. But it's probably more stiff, is it? It's less flexible. I guess silicone sounds like it would be more rubbery, right? But you won't be able to put so much detail into the skin, would you? We'll have a look. But you can see there's so many things here. It's just ridiculous. See, they should use that like a C-19 mask. That would be kind of cool, walking around with that on your face. I bet someone's already done that. I haven't checked, but I bet someone has converted into a mask of some sort for C-19. Okay, it's got the right mouth, right eyes almost, but not the right nose. Look at Immortal Mask. That should have. Okay. Alien latex mask. 3. You reckon that's silicone though? I know the whole video doesn't feel right, you know, but still it'd be good to find a side view for one like that of a mask and just do a side by side. Because it can be fake doesn't mean it is fake though, but there is some red flags in that whole video, which kind of suggests that it is a hoax or a bad movie prop. That's more likely the case, I think. Probably a 94 South American B-grade sci-fi or something. The fact that it's got no audio on the video is a bit strange. So nothing there, so let's try silicon then. Are they silicon? Say silicon. It's both a bit hard to tell the difference between silicon and latex though, isn't it? They do seem to have detail. Could it be something like that one there? Looks like it's got a normal mouth there to me. And a nose. Just before he turns around. I need to see a side profile. I think the angle of the eyes are too much up on that. See, these ones are more round, so it sort of discounts that one. It's got to be more the round ones, like this one here. So there's a good one there. Halloween mask. That's almost a match, I think. I think this one's the closest we've got so far. Let's open that one up. Okay, it's got the same sort of structure in the body that we were looking at before too. So that's a full suit that goes down far enough so you can put some other clothes on, like black. Yeah, that one looks really good compared to the video. Wish we had more of a side view. I don't know what that one is. Okay, so can we actually spin it? Nah. Damn. This is my highest candidate so far. Shame it's such a shitty video. It's probably some Halloween stunt. Hide and seek. So then we got the body of the suit happening here. And they can fit into it. Doesn't say how big it is though. Can we find out? What's that do? Hate to click anything. Oh, it's going to open up some crap. Okay, so let's just keep on looking. Round eyes one was the best one so far. This one's got too much detail. That one's got an ear lower down. And the eyes are too small. Oh. Too small eyes. That one looks too unhappy. That one's eyes are not right. That's definitely the closest one. And no, too much detail on the face, too much detail. Wrong shape eyes. That one's close, but it's got too much bone detail. Don't think anyone said what it was. Has anyone figured it out here? How many comments has he got? Sometimes I might have the link and we're just wasting our time. ET phone home. No way that is real. The guy is holding a flashlight. Might be a little less nonchalant. Oh look, the alien's standing in the weeds 10 feet in front of me. Better shine the flashlight on him. Yeah, bless who's filming? Which kind of suggests it's from a movie. So yeah, I'm still tossed up between whether it's a clip from a movie. But it doesn't mean that they don't buy silicone masks pre-made, especially if they're B grade. So a UFOman is trying to say it's real here. He believes it. What else we got? If it's a costume, it's a good one, of course. Well, we're looking at one now that fits it pretty good. Kind of say hoax, but the hand gesture doesn't look at all natural. Yeah, it does. So we did frame by frame on it as it was rotating. My neck of the woods. Doesn't look like any protective clothing or anything on this creature. You would think the alien would have something. Yeah, you would. You'd think it'd have the one-piece suit, right? Which kind of fits like a silicone mold here where it goes down. So it looks so much like that one. It really does. OG tank from Philly statue. UFO. I usually can tell CGI. No, I don't think it's CGI. But this one looks real. To me, the ultimate proof of the picture is a real being. Okay. Identify what type of alien it is. Obviously, it's a grey. My mouse is playing up. A Bluetooth signal lost. Why does it have to why does he have his camera? Eh? Yeah. Why is he searching the woods with a torchlight and got a camera running at the same time? That's my question. Seems pretty steady for seeing an alien. Off the eyes. It can be a fake with a suit. The video is real, but what's in it has been staged. That's what people were saying. Okay, so no one's got any answers here, but and we've read the other comments. Yeah, I suppose we might have to leave it there. See, that one's definitely wrong. That's a good side profile there. That one there's two fat cheeks. This one looks too grumpy in the face. But it's closer. These ones got the round eyes though. Here we go. So that's what you'd expect, wouldn't it? You'd expect someone to be wearing a one-piece suit, not completely naked. And that fits with the masks that you get. I think we are done though. Not real enough. There's the hands. I said I counted 4 fingers. And that means let's see, a thumb. So that means 2 fingers must be up one of the fingers, right? Thumb, small finger and the end finger together, is it? So it can be quite easily done. Yep, we're looking at something now. Be good if we had someone say, yep, I've seen that before, and what movie. Full suit one there. Baby alien. Oh, I think we've probably gone through every one. And there's one that only seems to match, and that's that one. But anyway, it's the best we can do. And we tried all our techniques to image match. But have a go yourself, you never know. I may have slipped up somewhere. Maybe there's a certain frame that's better than others. But you can see that they've probably degraded it on purpose. I'll post a link to it, even though I don't like to promote UFOman. He just puts up all these UFO clips from elsewhere, no better than Tyler. And he doesn't try to solve it. Okay, what happened to... why are you deleting all your comments? You don't have to delete your comments, unless they're really bad. Authentic. Alright, so... here's... edit to analyze. So, summary. A, it's black and white. Who's filming it? Why is there no audio? Why don't we see how it ends? And we'll just play the end clip again because he shows the full clip here with no audio. Whereabouts was it? He's trying to make it like a movie trailer. He's got slow motion.
Footage with the image brightened by 2%.
What is it? It's normal. Why does he sound slow there? It's normal speed.
Is the original footage with the image brightened by 2%.
It looks like something out of a movie. Anyway, no sound, so that's highly suspect. Black and white, who's filming it? So if the guy's got his torch over this direction, that means there has to be a second person to get that angle, right? There's no way you could film that from your perspective like that. So there's something wrong with the story. And the story was, again, go and click the wrong button again. They see something on security camera. Come on. Get rid of that shit. Yeah. Husband and wife investigate noise in the backyard when the security lights click on. 2020. So that footage looks like 1995 to me. And who's filming it?
Hey guys, a husband and wife investigate a noise.
Yeah, there was something else to it. Man uses flashlight to search the perimeter of his yard and captures this. Doesn't say anything about a second person filming it. Now on that angle, you couldn't film the angle while shining the torch, could you? It looks like it's further behind. So the person's got to be here with the torch going this way. The torch beam. So I don't think you can get that angle of the left hand video. It'd be uncomfortable. Yeah, something not quite right with the whole shebang. Anyway, enough of that one. We could probably look at all these other videos that he's put up. That was just one I just saw. But they're all pretty bad. So let's have a quick skim at the latest ones he's put up. So there's the alien one. UFOman live, no thank you. Cube-shaped UFO found over Washington, that sounds like what Secureteams put up. Flying humanoid over Maryhill, Scotland, that sounds like the one we just looked at before as well. Let's just double check. With the witch balloon. So
was filmed on 11.
There you go. So this guy's got no clue whatsoever either.
This out to your social media platforms, and as always, thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you for the money. Gets quite a lot of views than I do. But he did build up his channel with bullshit like this, and also Secureteams faked videos that he deleted when he reached 100,000 people. And these people profited from it by using them on their channel after that. 34,000 subscribers now, amazing. So I could do the same thing. I could just go around, collect all these different videos and just talk garbage and maybe get a nice income. But that's not what I'm in it for. I'm in it for the truth and actually finding out the real good stuff in between all this junk that we have to sift through. Okay, so it's exactly the same video, and he puts it through crappy filters which don't do anything. That didn't do anything. Even Scott Brando got better image. So just shows just changing the colours and stuff and contrast is no good. And you gotta do it properly. So it's all the same crap, isn't it? What's this one? Bubbler's core bell, is it? Oh no, cobalt. Blue objects with white lights. I suppose we can have a look at that one. How are we going for time? Oh, 3 hours already. It's amazing how much you spend looking at all this stuff.
Apollo, Brazil on 11/2/2021. Check it out.
Okay, I'm just trying to work out what angle we're looking at here. Straight up in the sky, is it? I wonder how we're looking at.
In this footage, it has been very difficult for me to show you all three objects at.
Okay, I saw like a torch beam there, blue. There's something there that was a bit suspect.
In this footage, it has.
Yeah. Looks like a projector, doesn't it? Making shapes on clouds. Just see it at the very beginning of the video.
In this footage, it has been very difficult for me to show you all.
Yeah, of course it has. It's very difficult for me to pause on the right frame. Here it is. Okay, so what are we looking at here? More UFOs. So is that LED blue torch aimed at a window? Pretty crappy, isn't it? Looks like trees there, a tree and a building. And this beam here is a bit suspect. Looks like it's trying to shine an image in the sky to me. Okay, we keep on going.
It has been very difficult for me to show you all three objects at the same time due to the perspective of the camera as it was held when they were filmed. But I have chosen to focus on one specific object, and you will see that coming up in the frames that I'm showing you currently. The objects are cobalt blue in color with white lights. Take a look, make an assessment, let me know what you think. Here are 3 still shots to show you how the object changes, also showing that energy field. Here it is again, slowed down by 0.50%.
You know what I think? I think it's shining a torch on a bit of glass further away. Blue laser? Is it? Do you get blue laser that color? I don't think it's. It looks more like those very bright lead blue. Let's see. A torch that you can put a like a cap on it to make an image of a flying saucer. Blue, lead blue torch or flashlight maybe. So this guy doesn't question things, does he? Damn, my eyes watering. Okay, flashlight. Okay. I want a beam. Looks like the right colour. And it's got a cap that goes over it, is it? Looks like ideal for faking UFO videos. I should get one myself. They look pretty cool. I can make a fairly big bright beam then. Focus it. There we go. Strip lights. There we go. It looks like the same sort of shape. Same sort of shape happening. So we're seeing the reflection of the bulb itself, aren't we? On a piece of glass. So that's what we're looking at. We're seeing the shape of the flash torch on a glass window here. So that one's easy.
And enlarged by 2 times. Also, I've sped it up to normal speed at the end here so you can take a look, make an assessment, let me know what you think. And as always, thank you for watching.
And also had motion blur as it was moving the torch around there. I'm not going to bother too much with that one. Like I said, got to start wrapping up in a minute. A rare but natural electric ball of bright lights. No. I don't think so. Not in this case. You can see the shape of it there. And I think it would sort of be more flickering and sparkly. From what I've heard of ball lightning from rural eyewitness accounts. It's like a sparkler almost. And it makes a hissy sound. So he's got other stuff here. Area 51 UFO. Now I've analysed this Bob Lazar footage. This guy did some crazy analysis on it. It's funny that you should be putting it out again, because I was only talking about it a couple of days ago. And here he is, he's got the same crazy footage up where it was analysed, and the guy was purposely making it into a UFO with his filter and stuff. But yeah, there we go, we'll just skip past that. But you can see it's all pretty much garbage. But we'll probably come back and do some more of his sometime. And lastly, let's have a look at Mick just to finish off for tonight. I know I started late and it's not a really good time for most Americans, but there's no reason why some people from England couldn't be here if they're early morning. It's a bit bad time for UK people too, but maybe it'll process and they can then skim through it a bit better, because we do spend a lot of time searching for stuff and not getting anywhere, as you saw. And other days I'll search and it'll pop up on the first page, bang. Now that's Google for you. It changes the algorithm.
Hello, so this video isn't something I normally spend a lot of time on. It's a zoomed in flickering light that's had some filters applied to it that boost the colours and bring out the square video compression artifacts. What made this different was that the person who made the video, Frederick Portugal, claims to have credentials in hyperspectral imaging and to have worked for the government and to have invented some alien...
Okay, can we read that? Might be able to. Yeah, so he's making claims here, but doesn't mean he's got any qualifications. He hasn't shown any certificates on that page anyway.
Hunting binoculars. Some of that seems to check out on LinkedIn, so when he said this video showed an alien plasma mothership releasing cargo or other little ships, then some people listened. When I first saw the video, I recognized it looked just like a flickering star. Some stars flicker more than others, and they show more color when zoomed in with a cheap camera. So I suggested this to Portugal on Twitter, and he rejected this and said there was no star there. I was directed to a document he wrote where he shows how he determined that. In the document there's a photo of the light with the constellation Ursa Minor above it.
Okay, you don't need to muck around with all that sort of documents and stuff. All you need to do is just install some of the smartphone apps and just aim it at the sky, and it'll overlay star map, planets and moon and all that, locations, and even satellites, artificial, right over in the sky over it. Google Maps does it. Sky Maps, I think it's called. It's Google Sky or something. Heavens Above. There's really other apps out there that you can get on your phones, and they do make it for Apple as well and Android. So, but he's going to use some PC software to try and work out the star, whether he's got the correct star or not. But if you use the phone apps and you can take a snapshot at the time, you can say, well, that's what we're looking at. And you can see how it overlaps the stars. That's the better way to go. It saves you a lot of time.
And indeed, if we boot up Stellarium, there's no star in that location looking northwest. The problem is some other stars were not there either, and what he said was Ursa Minor looked like the wrong shape. I suspected these were different stars, so I looked around for a while. It took a long while, because these stars were all the way on the other side of the sky, but I lined them up, and then it was obvious that the light he had zoomed in on was the star Antares, the 15th brightest star in the sky. He'd been looking...
Okay, let's have a quick look. So the stars are pretty faint there, but that one is the brightest. So there should be stars at each of those bins. There. So we need to get a bigger picture one up. Who's going to show it to us again? I don't know. Oh, there we go. So yeah, it does sort of form that shape. If I can get the cursor back. So we've got there to there to there to there to there, then down to there, and there was a star there. So the other guy claiming to be expert has been looking in the total wrong direction and said there was no star there. So that sort of blows his credibility straight away, doesn't it? Moving on.
But isn't this still hyperspectral video showing things invisible to the naked eye? No. Hyperspectral cameras are very expensive, and they give essentially a full spectrum graph for every pixel. That's not what we have here. Portugal explained the equipment he used. A regular telescope and a camera called a Philips 2cam. This is a old, very low resolution camera that was popular back in the 2000s as a cheap telescope camera because of its good low light sensitivity. But it's not really a great camera, and it's certainly not hyperspectral. He also explains the processing he did with the video. The luminosity was increased to offset the low gain camera setting. The saturation was increased to the maximum setting, and then the hue adjusted to optimize the color contrast. So that's basically just boosting all the adjustments to the max to make things stand out. But next comes the magic. The next processing stage was principally responsible for the discovery. A bump map algorithm is included in the Sony Vegas software, revealing high-resolution detailed structures within the star. The focus, ambience, shininess, and bump map height were selected so as to maximize the definition of the objects. The final step was to apply a high-frequency filter to further sharpen the objects within the star. Now, Sony Vegas is just a cheap consumer video editing program, and a bump map takes an image and changes it into a height map, which you can then shine a light at and get areas of light and shadow. If it's low resolution like here, and you set the light at an angle, you get shadows and the lines where the pixels change color. So all he did was fiddle around with the bump map effect and other filters to highlight the contours, which of course ended up highlighting the compression artifacts and created a lot of random shapes as the light from the star flickered.
Agreed.
I tried discussing this with Portugal, but he responded with a series of mean tweets, which really were not necessary, and then he blocked me.
Okay, let's have a read. Mean tweets to Mick. I think Mick West belched and farted in grade school. I think everybody did, mate. Now he carries on that tradition, spelt wrong, of bullying others. It's a shame for the bully senior citizens. That sounds like a scapegoat output there. Yeah, I want to know how much money he made from that crap. Why is he bullshitting people? Is he part of the government disinformation agents now? So he's been exposed by Mick. You idiot.
Just before I identified the star. So I think the lesson here is that credentials don't make you infallible, especially if you're making extraordinary claims like these, but also in other claims. If you made a claim, then you can't just say, because I said so, because you're an expert. You have to actually demonstrate why you think it's true, so others can check it for themselves.
And that's what I generally do. I normally break it down, so this is why I think it's legit. But experts are experts, right? So they have limitations. It doesn't matter how many qualifications you got in every sort of discipline. You're still going to make mistakes, and that's why you need really a second and third opinion on it. But when those other opinions don't do proper analysis on it and take a certain frame and say, well, it looks like lights from a car, but it doesn't fit the whole video, then it makes them less of an expert, in my opinion. And they've got to demonstrate 100% why ambulance lights would be like, in Mojo's video, like, is what the argument was. I did a bit of analysis with an ambulance, but I couldn't fit the light patterns. Although you can fit, scale it down to fit inside a car, when you look at the other frames where the alien was sitting in the chair, which, talking about Mojo's one on the home page here. Now we're seeing some analysis on Proof Is Out There TV show where so-called experts have made quite a lot of mistakes, including Mark D'Antonio, which is so this one here, this analysis I spent a week doing, and I also looked at latex masks and I couldn't find anything that sort of fit it as well. But in 10 years, no one's come forward and said, yeah, it was all a hoax. That would solve it then. But yeah, that's never happened, so maybe it's still legit. So yeah, if you haven't seen it, go and watch it. It's an interesting piece of footage. And he gave it to me because he trusted me to do it as a non-bias look at it, you know. Unlike Mick West, who will look for explanations how it was hoaxed rather than because you can hoax something doesn't mean it is, right? That's where faked and paranormal, what is it, sort of fouled on, because they could duplicate something didn't mean that's how it was done. But you look for other stuff that sort of makes it a bit suspect. Like if you do a character background check and find that his name wasn't such and such back in 10 years ago, his name got changed, stuff like that, and he didn't actually live in that location, stuff like that, you know. So you can see Mick is not really happy that the guy blocked him. And just to be careful of people making claims about their qualifications and working for government. Now, I've never made a claim that I work for government, but I have worked for a university. And I have proven my qualifications as well, with printouts and stuff. So, you can probably look it up even.
On a more general note, people often ask me why I waste my time on obvious nonsense like this, and the answer is twofold. Firstly, it's just interesting to me, it's fun. Secondly, it's not obvious to everyone. If some people believe odd things like this, then they're going to believe less odd things. So if I can help people see this is nonsense, then they're less likely to fall for other things. Every little helps. And that's it. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, then please subscribe. Thank you.
So he's probably got a few. He's been around for a while now, hasn't he? So he's up to almost 30,000 for a debunker. That's pretty good. Let's just check on him there. I haven't actually looked at that one there. We might have a quick look at this one here too about ghosts. But I'll go get going. So he's started this channel way before Tyler was on scene, 2006. 3 million views. He ain't done too bad. And you can see he focused on chemtrails. So what was that one about ghosts? And we know that you can fake ghosts with glass. And powerful lights, of course. Okay, let's see.
Hello. So this video of a glass moving by itself popped up today. It was live on TV in Honduras, and I think it got popular because of the reaction of the host, who seemed to think there was something supernatural going on. Of course, there really isn't any great mystery here. You can Google glass moves by itself and you'll find scores of examples and explanations.
Yeah.
It's a glass...
You get a little bead of water underneath and it can heat up and cause it to slide, you know, a gust of wind comes through a door or whatever. Yeah, you can probably check out that video yourself on his channel if you want to. So he tries to duplicate it, right? But he's not using the right glass table. He needs a glass table, really. Alright, now he's done a bit of glass here. Let's see, go from there.
Half a degree. Then I tried with 3 more glasses. Again, nothing happened. Finally, I tried with a soda can with a tiny
So he's put a bit of glass on top of his sink, which is a better idea.
bit of ice in the bottom. The condensation formed, started to evaporate, and after half an hour it started to move very slowly. So slow I didn't notice it until I sped up the footage. Then nearly an hour after I put it down, I was walking past and I noticed it moving. Quite fast, all by itself. I think this motion was triggered by my footsteps causing small vibrations.
Resonance.
The can is moving. I just came in and this can is actually just moving by itself.
Okay, won't you blow on it? That would be another experiment I would do.
Which is what I wanted. I didn't do anything. Oh, there it goes. So the effect is real, but hard to duplicate.
I think that went faster because he must have took out a breath of air, right? But has he done
the right
glass
set of circumstances, a light container seems to help, and not too much water. There was no trail left on the surface, and you need a very slight slope. What you don't need are ghosts. And that's it.
So he didn't actually duplicate the glass one. But yeah, obviously other people have can search on Google for it. Anyway, Mick's tube here. I suppose I should post a link to his channel and go and check out the stuff yourself if you ain't seen it. Mick's West Experiments. And I have to finish up now. And yeah, thanks for joining us on the side chat and being civil. And I'll see you again next episode, hopefully. And I don't need that now. I was going to do some MUFON cases. Maybe I'll do that in the next day or so. Just to catch up there. But yeah, Secure Team, it was an easy debunk tonight. This garbage. I don't know why these guys are not giving them more hell out there about it as well. But anyway, take care on the roads, people, and I'll see you again in the future. Is it cooked in? It's very slow sometimes. I think it went alright tonight. Apart from finding that tree and the moon image I wanted. Sometimes I need like a database made up of all these examples. That would be really good. A website, maybe fund a website with all the examples. And then it could be a useful tool for everybody. Just need funding, guys. It's possible. Just and helpers. If you compiled my 760 videos, all the examples and things, you'd have a really good database to use compares on. As long as you use the right keywords, I suppose. How to make a UFO using out of focus. How to use Windows reflections for UFOs and have a collection of different images. Anyway, enough yapping. Good night.